How you doing, guys? Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is the HTML Email Developer YouTube channel. And sometime, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, somebody asked me to give a rundown what I do from day to day, uh, as far as me coding my email templates. So let me break it down to you like this. So what happens is when I first to get my they call handouts. It consists of the spreadsheet that has the instructions on it. Also, um, the creatives, which are the images. Sometimes they come in PSD. Sometimes they come in Adobe XD files. Um, and So I'll receive those information. Or sometimes they email it to me, or sometimes they're in Jira. They are uploaded in Jira by the project managers. But all this is coming from the project manager, and it has a list of what needs to take place. As, as far as the dates, it has a list of what should go on according to the dates. And so once I receive all that information, then I have to go over the creatives, the URL, well, I'm going to just say spreadsheet, and make sure everything matches up. Now, some project managers, they would meet with you, have a meeting with you, and we would go over the images or creators and the spreadsheet vaguely, and they would ask me, did I see anything wrong with the that's not matching up? And a lot of times I can't really see it until I get into it. When I started diving into the working the code, then I start seeing the little call out or the little errors. Call outs are like errors. That's all that's that's what they are. But they call them call outs, but they're errors. So you know, just on site, I really can't see too many mistakes in the spreadsheet, and a lot of times the spreadsheet have mistakes. But once I delve into the code, then I notice things are not really matching up. When I look, when I try to match up the spreadsheet and implement the information into the code, that's when I can see the errors. But so after that, then I just started working on my email template. First thing I do is I go in to Adobe Photoshop, slice the images. Um, Sometimes again, it'll come in XD, Adobe XD. But all I have to do then is just go in and save it as a PNG file, and then upload it in Adobe Photoshop. So I slice the images. Once I'm done slicing the images, I have to name these images, and I just name them after the campaign. And sometimes I name them Module One, Module Two, Module Three, or whatever. CTA for call to action buttons or whatever. And so once I sliced all the images, name them and everything, then I have to upload them into Adobe Campaign. So you're basically hosting those images in Adobe Campaign. So you just load them up in there, you give them names, and then it'll give you a link, and you just put the links into the Adobe, Dreamweaver. That's the editor we used, Dreamweaver. So you just put the images into the links from the images into the code, in Dreamweaver, and that's how I started building my code. And also we have like 2 days to finish the email project. Sorry about that, guys. My AC came on. But yeah, I have 2 days to build the campaign and complete the campaign. No matter if it's one version or maybe 5 or 6 versions, I will still have to have 2 days to complete the campaign. So again, once I go in and I add the images, I also have to go in and add the other links that I get off the spreadsheet. The other URL links, and then we have these things called labels. We have to put that in there. It's like a tag number, and then the alt text. Well, the text that you have to type in. So once I'm done with that and complete with the whole email template, I have to go in and create another file. Um, and sometimes we have two different files that we create for like each campaigns. It can be hot and cold. You know, it's segmented to certain subscribers. So you create two files in there, and those two files will hold. They will hold that HTML template. So you had that code in there. You put it in those hot and cold files, and then also the subject line. When you go in there, you have the whatever's in the spreadsheet on the subject line. You have to put that in the subject line as well in Adobe Campaign. So after that, everything is ready to trigger. But you know, the workflow team they have created a two folders over there, files that you hot and cold that you could trigger out of. So the campaigns, the HTML codes that I put in hot and cold in those folders, then uh, they made a hot and cold for the workflow. Uh, two files or two folders. Then I have to name that file after. I have to create a folder. Well, it's another folder that's created. You have to name that folder after the campaign name. So I have to do that for hot and cold. And then after that, I just trigger to myself just to test it and make sure the campaign, the HTML email is looking good, no errors and everything's looking, just high quality, So and then after everything looks good on my end, then I trigger it to this first team that consists of 3 people, and they QC it, and if everything looks good on their end, then I have to queue it to the second team, which is like a higher tier team. It can be consist of maybe 5 people to like 19 people sometimes, and I would just trigger that to them. And if everything comes back good, then I'm pretty much done with the campaign. But if it doesn't, then I have to go in and I'm gonna have to go in and make updates, or if I make an error, I got to go back and correct the errors. But a lot of times, like I said, when the first tier team, when they don't find too many errors, the second tier team, they really don't find errors either. It's more of a updates. They want more of updates than anything. So yeah. So, but I also forgot to tell you. But once I complete my project, I have to go into Slack and notify the first tier team that that I've completed triggering testing the emails, and we also tested the emails and Litmus as well. And then I just notify the project manager in Slack or whatever, or in our portal or email or whatever, and I just let them know that I triggered to the second tier team, and that's about it. That's about it. Then we have a checklist where we have to check everything off and make sure everything is looks good from my perspective of what I've done on the project. I have to check everything off, and then I go on to my next campaign, and that's about it. But again, we rarely have one version campaigns. Most of the time, they're like 3 or more. You get 2 every once in a while, but I've seen 9 versions that before. I never did. I think the highest versions I did were like 7 versions. And again, like I said, you have 2 days to do it. Yeah, is that enough time? It is, but they want you to work overtime to get it done if you have to. So that's pretty much my setup as far as what I do on a weekly basis. I've done 2 campaigns per week, depending on the versions, or sometimes I did 3 or 4 one week. It just depends on the versions. But if you got any questions, you can ask me, and if I left anything out, just just let me know. But again, that's my schedule that I do every week. And that was about it. So Thanks a lot. Glad I shared this information with you guys. This is the HTML Email Developers YouTube channel. Take care.